It is my opinion that Marcus Aurelius's meditations are deeply personal reflections, intended for his children and future generations, written amidst a time of uncertainty. As both a philosopher and emperor, Marcus carried the burden of leadership and moral reflection. His meditations serve as a guide to Stoic principles, offering a complex blueprint to living a virtuous life. In a world obsessed with immediate gratification, this reinterpretation aims to awaken future generations, helping them navigate life's challenges with timeless wisdom. As such, I have restructured the writings in a manner that can be more readily understood, allowing all people to bask in the intended philosophies of Marcus Aurelius's meditations. From my elders I have learned to be gentle and meek, refraining from uncontrolled anger and passions. By understanding that true strength lies in maintaining composure and self-control, I recognize that genuine power is rooted in inner resilience rather than aggression. From my father I have learned the virtues of humility and strength of character. These timeless values guide my choices in role models and companions, reminding me that true masculinity is rooted in respect, humility, and virtue. From my mother, I have learned the importance of femininity through kindness and generosity, nurturing a spirit that values compassion and connection with others. This encourages me to refrain from wrongdoing and to avoid harboring negative intentions. She inspired me to pursue a balanced lifestyle that celebrates the beauty of simplicity and the deeper values guiding my choices, while also reminding me to steer clear of the excesses often associated with great wealth. From my ancestors I learned the vital importance of pursuing education through skilled teachers, whether in public, private, or through other institutions. I fully understand that investing in my learning may sometimes require significant time and resources, but I also recognize that this investment, if taken seriously, will be invaluable for my growth. From the lessons of my upbringing, I have learned not to be overly attached to any faction or to unduly favor any competitor. I value the reward of hard work and strive for the blessing of self-sufficiency, choosing to tackle any task myself rather than relying on others. I focus on my responsibilities, avoiding any distractions, remaining resilient against ridicule or slander. From my reading, I have learned not to occupy myself with trivial matters, political distractions, or unworthy pursuits. I approach statements made by self-proclaimed authorities or influencers who may use deception or sensationalism to promote their agendas with a critical eye and a steadfast mind. It is essential to seek evidence and verify information before accepting anything as truth. I avoid becoming fixated on trivial pursuits or competitive distractions. Rather than taking offense at differing opinions, I focus on personal growth and the pursuit of knowledge through philosophy. I embrace open dialogue and cultivate a mindset that values understanding over conflict. I am grateful to those who introduced me to thinkers of great knowledge and talent. Their insights inspired me to engage in meaningful conversations and explore ideas throughout my life. I have developed an appreciation for the practice of contemplation, encouraging personal growth and reflection. This open mindset resonates strongly with the scholarly approach to philosophy and self-improvement. To my mentors, I owe the realization that my life needed improvement and direction. They taught me to avoid the empty ambitions of the common philosophers who seek to impress with extravagant works and public displays of knowledge. Instead, my mentors have inspired me to pursue knowledge and philosophy over external validation, focusing on discipline in search of genuine improvement, self-reflection, and growth. They taught me never to show off my skills or strengths, nor to intimidate others physically. I learned to move away from acquiring knowledge solely to appear cultured, intellectual, or impressive. They encouraged me to avoid outward displays of vanity and to refrain from behaviors meant to attract attention, steering clear of such pretentious habits. I also learned from them to write correspondences without unnecessary formality or excessive emotion, that maintaining my composure, even in simple communication, will serve to protect my intentions. I was taught to be quick to reconcile with those who wronged me without holding on to resentment, and to be ready to forgive as soon as they sought to make amends. From them, I learned the value of reading with diligence, never settling for a shallow or superficial understanding of the texts I encounter. I also learned the importance of allowing my curiosity to form my own insights before accepting popular opinions on the text that I am exposed to. For this knowledge, I'm truly grateful to those who introduced me to great moral writings and reflections. Through my friendships, I have learned that true freedom lies in the confidence to maintain unshakable consistency by always focusing on what is right and reasonable. Whether I'm dealing with overwhelming pain, navigating the perils of unfathomable grief, or managing a prolonged debilitating illness. This understanding allows me to maintain hope, regardless of the circumstance. My friends are like teachers to me, proving that people can be both passionate and relaxed. They never allow themselves to become flustered or emotional by the comments of those around them. Yet their remarkable ability to guide and inspire others to embrace the principles of Stoicism exemplifies their candid humility and serves as a model that brings valuable perspective to my own choices. These genuine friendships have allowed me to practice accepting favors and kindness with grace, while also teaching me the strength to avoid becoming overly dependent or submissive to them. It provided me the time to find the right balance, ensuring that I expressed gratitude without appearing ungrateful, entitled, or dismissive. Through observation, I recognized the importance of a father's affection when leading a family, providing tolerance, mildness, and understanding. Always living true to one's principles, avoiding unnecessary conflict, and remaining in harmony with the way the world naturally works. By striving to maintain seriousness without pretense, observing those around me carefully, and remaining patient with those who lack understanding or follow popular opinions, one can avoid imposing philosophical ideas when the timing or situation isn't right. An exemplary way of conversing is evident in how one might adapt to different people and situations. Although one's company should be more welcomingly delightful than any insincere flattery, one's intent should also command genuine respect and esteem. Admirable individuals exemplify true happiness through rational and methodical thinking, capable of organizing all the complex yet necessary aspects of life. They display no signs of anger or uncontrolled emotion, embodying the principles of calculated resilience, all while maintaining pure benevolence. Respected, trusted, and credible, they operate quietly, being highly knowledgeable without a need to showcase their abilities. From the examples laid before me, I have learned the importance of courteous acceptance and to refrain from openly criticizing others for their linguistic errors, opting instead to guide them subtly, either by providing thoughtful answers, ignoring their mistake completely, or by gently correcting their pronunciation within the body of mine own response in a way that maintains respect and civility. Through my observation of politics, I've come to understand the inherent nature of envy, deceit, and hypocrisy prominent in the rule of tyrannical leaders. These deficiencies are more common among those often referred to as nobly born, who frequently lack genuine affection, clear morals, or empathy for the common man. The strength of my relationships has imparted on me the importance of not saying, writing, or implying that I don't have time for this or I am busy unless absolutely necessary. It is vital to honor our responsibilities to family, friends, and acquaintances. Whenever possible, we must avoid using the excuse of other urgent matters to neglect our duties, while always bearing in mind the consequences of our absence. From the patience shared with me, I have learned to never dismiss a friend's concerns. Even when they seem unwarranted, I would in turn strive to restore the harmony of our relationship. I've also come to understand the importance of honoring my teachers with kind words, as they endeavor to reshape our understanding, remembering that I, too, am a teacher. Most importantly, I must love my children with a genuine heart, for this is the foundation of our family bond that will echo on throughout generations. From my kin, I have learned the importance of kindness and love for family, for these bonds are the foundation of a family's strength. Through them, I also came to know the works of other great heroes who stood firm against all odds for justice and equality. They instilled in me the desire for a fair and equal society, where the good of the people should always be the highest priority in any form of government. While toiling alongside my kin, I learned the importance of maintaining a steady focus on the distraction-free study of science, mathematics, and the appreciation of philosophy. I strive to be knowledgeable, generous, and open-hearted, always nurturing hope for the best outcomes and believing in the love of my family. I also noticed that my kin dealt openly and honestly with those they corrected, ensuring that their intentions were clearly understood without conflict, animosity, or uncertainty. From my reflections on the teachings of wise mentors, I have learned the importance of self-control and resilience. In every situation, regardless of the external circumstances, I strive to maintain mastery over my emotions, remaining steady and composed. My aim is to face life's unexpected challenges with courage, strength, and positivity. Embracing mindfulness, kindness, moderation, and seriousness, I commit to carrying out my responsibilities thoroughly and without complaint. From these wise mentors, I've also learned that true integrity inspires unwavering trust in others. When a person's words align with their intentions, it builds an intrinsic foundation of belief and respect. They approach life with calmness and composure, never succumbing to unnecessary excitement, nervousness, or distress. Instead, they embody patience, responding to challenges without anger or suspicion. Their commitment to doing good, forgiving others, and speaking truthfully shines through in every interaction. Their authenticity reflects a deep-rooted sense of innate preparedness, demonstrating that genuine virtue comes from within, unaltered by external influences. True mentors make everyone feel valued in their presence, eliminating any motivation to feel superior. With a pleasant demeanor and a gracious heart, they cultivate an environment of honor, respect, and equality. A great mentor inspires awe in those around them, akin to how parents teach their children the essential foundations of life. From my father, I learned the importance of humility, self-respect, and thoughtful consideration. He remained unwavering in his convictions, carrying himself with genuine dignity and free from vanity. His example taught me that the essence of true honor lives in both thoughtful contemplation and diligent action. From my observations, I learned the value of hard work and dedication, as well as the importance of being open to hearing others' perspectives, especially when they contribute to the common good. I recognized how crucial it is to treat everyone fairly and justly, giving each person their rightful acknowledgement. Additionally, I gained insight into the importance of knowing when to apply strictness and when to be more lenient, demonstrating a balanced approach in leadership and decision-making. Over time, I have learned the importance of practicing self-restraint and avoiding inappropriate desires. True strength lies in engaging with others while maintaining a sense of moderation and not imposing on friendships. The ability to adapt and prioritize when necessary while staying true to oneself shows that genuine character endures through life's challenges. It reminds us that real companionship is not about constant presence, but about mutual respect and understanding. From the example of individuals who exemplify self-restraint, I have learned the importance of cultivating meaningful connections without imposing needy demands on friendships. The ability to adapt and reprioritize when necessary, while remaining unchanged in character, demonstrates that genuine integrity endures through life's interruptions. This understanding reminds us that true companionship is not solely about constant presence. Rather, it is rooted in deep mutual respect and emotional support without sacrificing one's own self-sufficiency. A truly contented individual approaches all aspects of life with a cheerful spirit and foresight, preparing for challenges ahead with quiet diligence. Such a person does not seek or respond to flattery, but remains focused on what truly matters, managing responsibilities with care and integrity. They show patience in the face of criticism, understanding that discipline is essential for personal and communal well-being. This individual was neither overly superstitious in worshipping the gods, nor driven by a desire to please others or seek out public approval. Instead, they were composed in all matters and attentive to what was appropriate, having no interest in seeking out new trends or novelties. They enjoyed the comforts that fortune provided, not with pride or boastfulness, but with genuine freedom and ease. By always appreciating these things without anxiety or pretense when they were around, so that when they were not, the individual felt no lack because of it. From my observation of society, I have learned that true respect is not given for mere skill in speaking or knowledge, but is earned through maturity and integrity. A person's ability to govern themselves and positively influence others is what truly matters. It is essential to honor those who pursue wisdom without denouncing those who may not. Engaging in genuine, pleasant conversations, enriches our connections without exhausting them. I have come to understand that true self-care lies in maintaining a balanced approach to health. This balance does not stem from a desire for longevity or a fixation on outward appearances. Rather, it is rooted in a philosophy of moderation, where respecting my body leads to resilience. By embracing this balanced mindset, I often find that I can navigate life without relying heavily on medications or treatments, enabling a state of well-being that is both sustainable and aligned with my values. From the examples set by those before me, I have learned to honor individuals who excel in many fields, be it communication, law, science, trades, or the preservation of tradition. It is essential to elevate their work with quiet respect, letting my actions reflect my commitment to the values that have guided me without drawing attention to myself. Through this, I embrace the wisdom and talents of others, allowing these principles to shape my path. In my time as a leader, I have come to value consistency and stability in my actions and surroundings, understanding that distractions and instability can hinder progress. Whether facing personal or physical setbacks, I have learned the importance of returning to my responsibilities with renewed strength and resolve. In matters concerning the public, I prioritize discretion, sharing only what is necessary and ensuring that all decisions, whether for entertainment or public welfare, are balanced with fairness and careful judgment. I have learned to appreciate people for their true nature, valuing fairness and equity without seeking personal gain, recognition, or external praise. I avoid indulging in luxuries or obsessing over outward appearances, choosing instead the humility of living simply. My attention is never drawn to trivial material concerns, whether food, clothing, trends, or outward beauty. This is because I believe the essence of life lies in honoring true substance over the pageantry of superficiality. I have witnessed the value of remaining calm and composed in every interaction, striving to avoid harshness, impatience, condescension, and unnecessary severity. Rather than acting with excessive urgency, critical judgment, or becoming overwhelmed by any task, I strive to approach everything with a sense of balance, composure, and ease. Even when challenged by difficult situations, I remain methodical and deliberate, ensuring that my actions are measured, thoughtful, and considerate. My mentor knew how to face both hardship and abundance with equal grace. While many falter in deprivation or become reckless in times of plenty, he remained firm and steady, with the ability to maintain true moderation and sobriety in either situation. This was a mark of his invincible spirit, a quality especially demonstrated during his father's illness. I am thankful for the blessings that have surrounded me. I was lucky to have caring parents and grandparents, supportive siblings, wise mentors, and loyal companions. While I know my nature might have led me to act rashly, I have never truly wronged them, thanks to the mercy of the gods who ensured that the circumstances that could have caused me to do so never arose. For this, I am deeply grateful. I'm also grateful that I wasn't long cared for by any matriarch other than my mother, that I preserved my youthful chastity without rushing into the obligations of adulthood, allowing myself to mature at a pace that felt right, rather than hastening into manhood before my time. Throughout my youth, my father strived to remove pride from my heart, and showed me that a leader does not need guards, splendor, vanity, or displays of magnificence to be effective. He taught me that a leader can live with the simplicity of a private man, while still maintaining strength and dignity in public affairs. I am thankful to have a sibling whose example inspired me to reflect on my own actions, whose love and respect brought me such great joy. I am fortunate to have intuitive children, free from ailment or sickness. Although at the time I regrettably did not excel in rhetoric, poetry, or other studies that I thought valuable, I am now truly grateful that my focus shifted to pursuits that were vastly more meaningful to me. When possible, I have prioritized promoting those who raised me to the positions and honors they sought, actively choosing not to delay their advancement with empty promises for the future, especially since they were young and deserving of recognition. I've had the privilege of being exposed to the knowledge of great leaders. Through deep contemplation, I've sought to understand what it means to live in harmony with the nature that governs this world and society. It is clear that despite any divine guidance or inspiration, my inability to fully embrace this life lies in my own inaction, my failure to heed the internal cues and lessons provided by these great minds or by God's grace. I am grateful for the resilience of my mind and body throughout this life. Also that I have not pursued relationships with openly seductive people, and even during moments of infatuation, I was able to move on quickly. While I have occasionally felt displeasure towards my friends, I am thankful that I have never acted in a way that led to regret. Although my mother was expected to die young, I was blessed that she lived with me throughout her later years. Whenever I sought to assist those in need, be it the poor or those facing urgent challenges, I was always met with the assurance that funds were available to do so. I am also grateful to have never had the need to seek assistance from anyone else. I'm grateful for my wife, who is cooperative, loving, and sincere. Together, we had the privilege of selecting capable individuals to help raise our children, allowing the time to find guidance for my health issues, both mental and physical. Remember that your dreams too can provide clarity on that which you require. When I first began my journey into philosophy, I am grateful that I didn't fall for the falsehoods of other sophists or waste my time on the many works of ordinary philosophers. I avoided getting caught up in solving debates or studying superficial topics like astrology and other curiosities. I recognize that none of this would have been possible without the guidance of the gods and the favor of fortune. While surrounded by those I would otherwise avoid, I remind myself that today I may encounter a curious idler, an ungrateful person, a critic, someone deceitful or even envious. Some may even lack kindness or social grace. These behaviors are indicative of past instances where the same has happened to them, causing their negative traits to stem from their ignorance of what is genuinely good or bad. I clearly recognize the things that are truly good and worth pursuing. I also understand that the things that are bad are genuinely distasteful and shameful. I know that every transgressor, regardless of who they are, is in some way my kin, not through blood, but by sharing the same consciousness, reasoning, and divine intuition. How can I allow myself to be hurt by others when they can't truly make me suffer a disappointment? Why should I feel anger or resentment towards someone so fundamentally connected to me? We are all meant to work together, just like our hands, feet, and eyes, or the upper and lower rows of teeth. To be in opposition to one another is unnatural, and feeling irritation or hostility only deepens that divide. I am either flesh, life, or what we call reason, the guiding force of my being. It's time to put down the books, stop letting my mind wander and become distracted. In this moment, as I face the reality of death, I should not dwell on my physical body. It is just flesh, blood, bones, and skin, merely a complex assembly of nerves, veins, and arteries. I should simply regard it with indifference. Reflect on the impermanence of your life. It's like the ever-changing wind, inhaled and exhaled with each moment. Consider your conscious reasoning the highest part of yourself. As you grow older, don't allow this noble aspect of yourself to be subjugated and turned into something insignificant. Don't let it be tossed around by unreasonable desires and impulses like a puppet on strings. Refuse to resent what is present or to fear what the future may hold, for these are the fates that life has set before you. Everything that comes directly from the gods is understood to be guided by their divine wisdom. Even the events we often attribute to chance must be seen as connected to nature and the fundamental relationship of all things, which are ultimately governed by divine providence. Everything originates from this source. All that exists is essential and contributes to the greater whole of which you are a part. Whatever is necessary for the well-being of the collective must also be beneficial for each individual within it. The universe is maintained through the continuous transformation of simple elements into one another, as well as through the changes in complex mixtures. Let these principles guide you, serving as foundational rules to live by. Set aside your relentless desire for knowledge. Instead, focus on being genuinely grateful and accept life with humility, rather than leaving this world filled with complaints and dissatisfaction.